This is Catholic Dad, episode number 52, Be Your Own Man. Now, my grandma, Murphy, she used to, when I was a little kid, she used to go, "Psst, kid, get over here, I want to talk to you." And I'd go up to her, and she'd, she usually had like a dollar bill or something, or candy, and she'd just say, "Hey, you know what you need to do? You need to be your own man." She used to say, "Be your own man," all the time. Well, what's that mean, Grandma? And another thing she used to say to me was, if you're talking, you better be saying something. And so I think those two words of advice from my grandma was be your own man, and if you're talking, you better be saying something. I think she was trying to inspire somebody that could face, the darkness of the world and the world of secular humanism with broad shoulders, and to tell the world no. And so, what does it mean to be a man? Now, who are the manliest men in the world? And I think all people need to reflect and look back upon their grandfathers, because grandpas, they've kind of lived through the toxicity of youth. They fought that battle with raising children. Many of them fought in wars and saw really horrible things, but yet they persevered. They tend to remain married to the same woman, and they raise children. And when you look at your grandpa, he has the wisdom of an older man, and he usually has a deep, warm voice. And so I think most grandpas are real men. But what does grandpa usually, like everybody's grandpa, if you think about it, what does he usually do? He usually speaks his mind unapologetically. Like, he does not apologize about having a position. A lot of times he offends younger people. Sometimes he's just a little bit too loud for the little kids. But an older man, a wiser man, a man that's kind of lived through it all, who's kind of getting a little bit tired in life, that's a real man, because he'll stand up unapologetically for what he believes to be the truth. Now, I believe that's being a real man. Real men are not supposed to sit there and blink in the face of falsism. They're supposed to pursue the good, the true, and the beautiful. And they're supposed to orient their life through right reason to try to objectively pursue the truth. And so if somebody says something that offends your moral conscience, or somebody that asks you to do something that violates your moral code, when I say be a man, think about what your grandpa would have done. Because how many grandpas do you know out there that would compromise in the face of pressure, that would actually compromise or violate their moral ethics and their moral codes when they're trying to be bullied, when somebody's trying to bully them, either intellectually or trying to force them to believe something they don't. Older men don't do that. And I would welcome all the younger men out there. If you want to be true men, and I mean not true men, true men, and you want to be real men, put your shoulders back and look somebody in the eye who tries to convince you of something false, and say, "No, I'm not accepting that. I disagree with you." And don't say it with emotion. You say it with cold, steely-eyed truth, just pure reason, and say, "I believe this because of this, this, and the other thing, and you can bring another argument at me, but it better be better than mine," right? And that honestly, people respect that. They don't respect somebody they can push over. They don't respect guys that they can change their mind at with a breeze. And I'll tell you, I have daughters, right? And if a young male comes to the door, a courtier, and it seems like he doesn't have a moral code which he's willing to stand up for and defend, yeah, get out of her life. I don't even want you around her, honestly, because that's not the kind of formation I want in gentlemen. Gentlemen are supposed to have a moral code, a code of honor that they're not going to compromise at the drop of a hat. I mean, and that's what being a man is. And real men will step up, and they'll be dads and husbands, and they will not compromise their convictions for the trends of the day. And so therefore, there you go. Some good advice. Be your own man, number one. And if you're talking, you better be saying something. So God bless you. Pray the rosary daily. Get the confession, get the mass, and be good people to each other.